I was talking to a good friend of mine out in Oklahoma the other day, and he reminded me of something that I want to encourage you with this morning. He asked me a question. He says, do you believe that God is sovereign in your life? And then he spoke about the symmetry of a butterfly's wings, and he showed the details and how everything lines up in a perfect formation to make this beautiful butterfly. Funny thing, the next morning I was out in our backyard, and I was having my coffee and some quiet time, and this little fella started flying around me. And you can see him here in the picture, how beautiful. I took a picture of him as he was landing on my zinnias in the garden, and I thought, God, you are amazing. Look at how beautiful and how perfectly in line the lines and the colors and what you've created just in that creation of the butterfly. If you look up the word sovereign in the dictionary, you'll get descriptions of what that word means by like superior, greatest, supreme in power and authority, ruler, independent of all others in definition. But if you want to look at the Word of God and explain God's sovereignty, I think it's simply best put to say that God is in control. God is in control. And when you look at the biblical definition and context of sovereign, the Bible gives us the characteristics of God. It says that God is above all things and before all things. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He is the King of kings and Lord of lords. He is the immortal. He is present everywhere so that everyone can know him. You see that in Revelation chapter 21, verse 6. And then in Colossians 1:16, it says, God created all things and holds all things together, both in heaven and on earth, both visible and invisible. Paul wrote to the church in Rome in Romans 11:33, he said, God knows all things, past, present, and future. Aren't you thankful for that? There's no limit to his knowledge, for God knows everything completely before it even happens. Jeremiah 32:17, God can do all things and accomplish all things. Nothing is too difficult for him, and he orchestrates and determines everything that is going to happen in your life, in my life, in our nation, throughout the world. God is in control. He's not surprised. He's not nervous. He's not anxious. Whatever he wants to do in the universe, he does it. For nothing is impossible for him, the word tells us. In Psalm 103, one of my favorites, verse 19, it says, God is in control of all things and rules over all things. He has power and authority over nature, earthly kings, history, angels, demons, even Satan himself has to ask God's permission before he can act. Isn't that amazing? We serve a God who is in control. So be encouraged today in knowing that the God who knows you best knows exactly who you are, where you are. Ask him to lead you towards his good, pleasing, and perfect will. He is in control. We'll see you soon.